Dave, um, lots of investment personalities are always saying diversify, diversify, diversify. What are your thoughts on that as a trader, as an analyst, about diversifying? Should traders diversify, and how do they do that, if so?
Well, I guess it depends on what type of a trader you are. If you're a day trader or a swing trader, I'm not really sure how diversifying really helps because all you're trying to do in that moment is capitalize on shorter term trading opportunities. You're trying to generate alpha in the purest sense. Having a whole list of trades open on a short term time frame, I'm not quite sure is really diversification, and I'm not really sure how that would help you. I do think, obviously, from your investing perspective, obviously diversification can be important. What I've learned over the years and kind of how I structure my stuff, I've got my trading accounts, which are basically two, an FX account and then a futures account. And then I've got my investment accounts, like my retirement and whatnot. And for the most part, I just index those. I don't have the bandwidth and, quite frankly, the interest in trying to find individual stocks that allow for the diversification. I think the data is pretty clear that an indexed portfolio makes a lot of sense. I might, uh, you know, adjust the exposure I have periodically, meaning that I may not be 100% invested in my accounts. But by and large, I try to keep it simple. Just invest in the index, take the guessing out of it. But that's really more of a function that I'm just not curious enough or have the bandwidth to, be a stock picker on the side as well. I've got enough to do on the trading side.
Yeah, I like what you say. You can diversify your long-term investments, but when you're trading, it's really just you're going to be fighting multiple battles on different fronts, and
Yeah, you got to be a
gets to be
sharpshooter.
yeah,
You got to be a
yeah,
sharpshooter. And there's a great interview. God, I can't remember the guy's name, but he's in London. He's in the most recent Market Wizards book, The Unknown Market Wizards, and they called him the unicorn trader. And he's definitely more of a short-term trader. And he just waits for those setups that are the best and goes in large, as opposed to trying to take a lot of marginal setups. He waits and he waits and he waits and he throws all his chips on the table. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And I think that's really the definition of what you need to do as a shorter term trader is wait for those perfect setups, use the leverage afforded to you, go for the throat, and then get the heck out of the trade and wait for the next setup.
yeah. That's ballsy though. You gotta throwing all your chips on the table, not scaling in. That's I guess it
Yeah,
works, but
well,
you gotta be lucky. There's an element of
yeah,
luck
I
in
mean,
that.
I'm not saying, you just go hog wild and you risk you mortgage your whole future, but the way he described it, I'm not saying I do it this way, but I at least put in a size position that I'm comfortable with. But at the same time, you're like, wow, okay, I'm putting a lot of money on the line here. Um, that just fits his personality. He's putting it all, he's putting a significant amount of money on the line, and knowing his methodology, he knows that his stops are very tight and he might lose, but if he wins, he's going to win at many multiples of what he risks. And he's willing to do that maybe 3 or 4 times a month. And that's how he plays the game. Again, that may not work for everybody, but I like his thinking. Very narrowly focused, waiting for exactly what he's waiting for.
Yeah,